sometimes when you are moving forward, you can't look back. You can't look in that rear view mirror, because if you do, it's going to put you right back in that pocket of feeling down or feeling whatever. And when you on your glow up, you got to show up for yourself. Ooh, see how I did that? When you on your glow up, you got to show up, okay? So when you got to show up, that means you got to show up. That means you got to move forward. That means you have to move upward. You cannot be looking back and thinking about what happened, what so-and-so did to you. You know, sometimes we have to vent so we can get it out of our system, and that's okay to vent. I'm not against venting to people that you know that are safe. It's a safe space for you so you can get it out. I'm not about suppressing your feelings or anything like that. But what I will say, as you glow up, you have to show up. And when you show up, that means you got to be lit for yourself. You have to be into yourself. You got to be fascinated with yourself. You have to be really in love with yourself on your glow up. Okay? Because we in 2025. We were in 2024, 2023. Look, the plague, I like to say, it messed up a lot of people. Okay? And it put a lot of people backwards. But you know what? At this point in time, you got to move forward. You got to move forward. And if something has not been working for you, then change the strategy. Okay? On your glow up, that means the strategy got to glow up too. That means the way you dress got to glow up too. That means the way you think, the way you talk to yourself has to glow up too. That means the music that you listen to. That means the entertainment that you enjoy. That means the people that you have around you have to be glowing up too. You're not going to move forward if you got people around you that's down in the dumpster all the time, because all that's going to do is bring your energy down. And for me, I am not about bringing energy down. I'm all about uplifting. Uplifting. I'm all about uplifting. And I'm not saying there hasn't been times in my life where I was feeling down, I had to vent and things like that. But me, as a Scorpio, if I feel like things are like going weird with me, I usually isolate. I usually talk to like one or two of my best friends, but other than that, I keep to myself. And that's what I do. Okay. So I think it's important to know what your icks are, what ways you need to heal, and what places you need to heal, and how you need to heal it. Okay. So on this glow up, you got to show up. And you got to show up and be the best that you can be. All right. Today I was driving on the freeway, and I was driving and I saw somebody today, and they were just speeding through the traffic, just not acknowledging other people that were on the road, just taking the space and just being like aggressive with it. Right. And I looked at that and I'm like, okay, if you look at your life as a freeway, right? If you're on in the slow lane or the middle lane or the fast lane, which lane are you going to be in? Now, I used to be in the fast lane because I used to like zip, 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 zip. But then say if I'm zipping through traffic and then there's a halt because there's traffic, all that zipping and zooming did nothing. So me, I prefer to be in the middle lane so I can see what's going on around me. I can coast if I need to get in and out, okay? I don't like to move too slow. I don't like to move too fast. I like to have a balance, okay? And so when you show up and show out for yourself, you have to be balanced, okay? You have to be balanced. You have to be like, look, this is the time for me to pick it up. This is the time for me to slow it down. This is time for me to just coast. Know your energy levels, okay? So when I was on the freeway and the dude was just zipping and doing it on the freeway, and usually I'll get mad. Like I'll do road rage and be like, go off on them or something. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's what they doing. They want to zip and do. I'm going to stay in my lane. And sure enough, it was traffic and we were all stuck in the same place, right? But he was mad. I saw him mad, hunking, all that stuff. And I was just like, no. I'm not going to look at that energy. I'm not going to drive near that person. That's how you need to be. That's how you need to be with your life moving forward. Okay. Now, if you know that you caused some chaos, You got to take accountability of your stuff so you can complete that cycle, learn that lesson so you don't repeat it, okay? So when you glowing up, you got to show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself, other things just align with you properly. And as I said, it's all about the things that you say to yourself, how you dress, how you move. I like to dress nice. I like to be cute. That's my thing. I've always been a person that likes to express my creativity through my clothes. But when I was growing up, no, that was different. I was such a tomboy growing up. But as I got older, especially after living in New York, they really upped my fashion game. And now that I'm back in LA, my style is so LA, New York, right? But it's the Yaminah Legohn style, okay? It's mine, boo. But anyways, yeah, I was just sitting there on the freeway today thinking, like, looking at the freeway and applying it to life. Some people are in the fast lane, some people in the slow lane, some people in the middle lane. Which lane are you in? Sometimes you got to go into the slow lane, sometimes you got to go into the fast lane. But which lane are you in on your day-to-day? And to me, at this day and age, I like to coast, okay? I don't like to go where the chaos is. And I also don't like to be around roly-poly, slowy people, okay? Who just are that's just not my energy. I'm very ambitious. So, but everybody's different. Everybody moves different, okay? So I just think that right now, as we are growing up, think about the habits that you have created for yourself that is not working for you. What kind of habits have you been accustomed to that even maybe your friends or your family or your partner was like, hey, maybe you should like cut this out a little bit. You know what I mean? So be honest with yourself. That's the one thing I will say. Like, let's run that back. Like, all the stuff I was saying, this is like the main thing, right? Is being honest with yourself. If you are not honest with yourself, you're going to be in a state of delulu, like all the time. Who wants to be in delulu land? I can't be in delulu. Okay, when you're in delulu, you're not moving forward. You stay in delulu, and then certain things come in your life, and you're like, why did that happen? Because you're freaking delulu. Okay, so let's be honest with ourselves. If you're grown up, you know when you're doing things that you don't need to be doing. When you're grown up, you know there's shit out there that you be doing that you don't need to be doing. So you got to be honest with yourself. Okay? I don't need no pick me's and oh, it's me. No, I'm all about being honest with yourself. Okay? Because that's how you're going to glow up. That's how you're going to show up. And that's how you're going to make a difference in your life. Okay? Because you know your girl, Yaminah, I'm only going to be honest with you. Sometimes it's going to be honesty for me that's a little, tough. And some of it's going to be very, lovable. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I do monitor how I say certain things so you can get the message so you don't get offended. Sometimes I just don't care. But it depends on what message that I'm putting out there. And I want y'all really to hear me, okay? So hear me on this. Once again, I've been saying this throughout my video. When it's time for you to glow up, when you're ready to glow up, you got to show up for yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. What are the things that you like and want in your life? Be honest with yourself. Who are the people that you are around and you just don't feel their energy? Be honest with yourself, okay? So, unless you 5 and younger, look, the little kids I used to teach, they were always honest. So I know adults know exactly what they're doing when they're not supposed to be doing it, okay? So, we're going to glow up and show up for ourselves, okay? Because I'm glowing up and showing up for me. And that's for sheezy. All right, y'all. I got to go. But I just had that little message. And I'll be back for another one for y'all, all right? Mwah.